Just a quick disclaimer before we begin. This video should have gone up yesterday, but there was a problem. When I uploaded it, it got blocked worldwide by the Pokemon Company, because they never want anybody to make any videos about their content. Anyway, so I went through multiple different revisions of this video, and eventually I just gave up, and I had to remove all the footage of the trailer that I used. Instead, I just replaced it with pictures, so I hope you guys will be okay with that. Alright, on to the video. Hey guys, Block Squad 1000 here, and welcome to a new series that I'm doing. This is something I haven't really done on my channel before, but I wanted to try it out for this particular season because E3 is just around the corner, and I want to do some E3 coverage. It's not going to be like news because nobody watches my videos, so it's not really necessary to do news because nobody's going to want to keep up on about E3 using my channel. That would be stupid and a waste of time. But instead I want to do opinions about E3 and stuff like that. I want to watch every single... I'm probably going to do reactions to every single conference, and then I'm going to post my opinions on them. And this isn't really anything about E3, but there's a couple things that were announced today that are sort of related to E3 because they're so close to the season. One of them is probably directly related to E3. So first of all, we got a Pokemon presentation a little while ago. It was really weird. It was completely out of nowhere. I didn't even know what happened until I opened up my phone and checked my YouTube subscriptions. But yeah, we got a Pokemon presentation, and we got 2 new Pokemon games announced. 3 technically, but I don't really care about that one. Okay guys, ignore what I just said. I actually went and just played Pokémon Quest a little while ago. I was turned off by it initially because it was just a mobile game and I just didn't really know anything about it, but I've actually played it and it's actually super fun, so ignore that I said that I don't really care about it because it's a good game. It's nothing special, but it's still fun. So, first of all, order of business is obviously Pokemon, and this is going to be the biggest part of this video because we actually got substantial news about it. So, a couple weeks ago, obviously, they announced, they leaked, at least, some people leaked Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee edition, which everybody was freaking out about because it sounded terrible and exactly what nobody wanted. Because Pokemon fans, I don't know, it just looked like a step backward from what we got with Pokemon Sun and Moon, stuff like that. Because Sun and Moon introduced a lot of cool concepts. This one looks like it's just appealing to Gen 1ers and stuff like that, and everybody thought it sounded terrible. I've never really been a big Pokemon fan, but I could totally see why people were freaking out about it. I mean, who couldn't? It sounded like a complete step backward. And I was a little optimistic. I was thinking like, this could be a Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle situation where it sounds terrible when it's leaked, but then when it's revealed it turns out to be like an amazing game that everybody loves. But I don't know, I was a little bit less optimistic this time around because I just didn't think it sounded particularly good. But, so I opened up my YouTube subscriptions, and I scrolled down, and then I saw this, like, as soon as I opened up my phone. I was just like, wait, what? They announced new Pokemon games? And I clicked on it, and it was Pokemon Let's Go, and I was just like, oh, crap. Is this what everybody's fearing? And I watched the entire trailer, and I didn't even have time to process it, because I was just like, really? This is what they're doing? Like, so the leaks are true, I guess? Then, thankfully, I scrolled up, and I saw that GameXplain posted a video explaining a tweet that was tweeted out by the Pokemon Company. And it explained that there is actually a real core series Pokemon game coming in 2019, and Pokemon Let's Go is actually a spin-off, like not a core series game. It's just a game that has the style of the core series, but a completely new format, stuff like that. And I immediately was relieved because I was like, oh man, I actually get to enjoy both games now because Let's Go, like Pokemon Let's Go, no longer has the burden of being Gen 8, and it can be its own entity, and Gen 8 will actually be a game that comes out next year, and it could actually be really good. We don't know anything about it yet, other than 2 little bits of information from the Pokemon Company. One from E3 last year and one from right now. But yeah, this is really good news. And I'm glad because I want to be able to enjoy Pokemon Let's Go. And now that we know it's its own entity, that's great. So my opinions on Pokemon Let's Go, it looks pretty cool in my opinion. I actually think it looks like a really handy dandy game. That sounded really cringy. Pokemon Let's Go. It's basically combining Pokemon Go with the main series Pokemon games, if that... I guess that's an interesting way of thinking about it. I mean, it's kind of what it is, but I don't know if that's the exact thing. I haven't played enough Pokemon to really know that. But basically it has the catching mechanics for Pokemon Go, where you just flick your wrist and then you throw a Pokeball and you catch the catch the Pokemon, and then there's like overworld traversal like the real game. And from what I saw in the trailer, there are actual battles. I don't really know what form they'll come in, whether it's like single player or multiplayer battles. Who knows? The game looks gorgeous in my opinion. It's probably the best looking main series Pokemon game to date. And then, yeah, I just think that it looks really cool. It's a cool concept. The multiplayer in particular really excited me, because I wanted split screen, or not even split screen, just like couch co-op Pokemon. I mean, there's always been multiplayer, but this is like actual straight up multiplayer where you play with other people to get through the main story. And that sounds really cool in my opinion. Even if it doesn't look particularly like the best co-op in the world, it still sounds really enticing to me. Then there's like the Pokeball accessory that they announced, and that doesn't really look all that interesting to me. I don't really know why I'd buy that, because I already have a controller. I don't need this peripheral that I'll probably never use. Because I mean, all it does is just you have like a Pokeball that you can actually throw in the game. And there are other features, like I think in the trailer it said that you could like take the Pokeball with you, and you can like have your Pokemon that you catch in the game with you in real life or something. I don't even know. It sounds interesting, but I really don't think I need to buy it, because I already have a controller that's just there. I don't need to buy this peripheral. And yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. Obviously, the game supports, like, it has support from Pokemon Go itself. You can connect the Pokemon's Go, and like you can install all your Pokemon from that game into this game. And I feel like that's pretty cool for people who still play Pokemon Go. It's pretty much a dead game at this point. And from what I was able to piece together, this just looks like a much more exciting version of Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was really cool when they announced it, and then when we played it, we just realized it's very bare bones, and that's why it died so quickly. But this actually looks like it could be something that could be really cool, and I hope it is, because it does look cool, and I'm excited to give it a try. And also, there's the fact that it might get people back into Pokemon Go, because it has support from that game. So it's a new game that's also designed to get people back into Pokemon Go. So two birds with one stone, I guess. Really cool. Then there's obviously the fact that they announced the new core Pokemon games in 2019. I expect that that'll be announced next year. Fingers crossed it might get revealed this year, but I really doubt it, because they always announce Pokemon games the year they come out. They usually get announced in like the early year, and then they get like released in November or something, from what I know at least. And I'm fine with that. I hope that we'll get something about it at E3, because I want to know more about this game. I'm really excited for everybody's E3, really. I'm going to do a full video where I predict E3, and I also just sort of talk about which stuff I'm most excited for. But yeah, I'm really excited this year around, because last year's E3, it was like Nintendo had a really good E3, Microsoft had a really bad E3, Ubisoft had a really good one, Bethesda had a really bad one, Sony had a middle-of-the-ground one where I found that they didn't really reveal a lot of interesting things, but at the same time they did have some cool stuff like Monster Hunter World. But I just found that it was too much of the same, because a lot of the games they showed off were just games that we already knew about. But regardless, I'm excited for E3 this year, and I can't wait to do my full coverage. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned, because in the following weeks I will do much more E3 coverage. I know that most of this stuff wasn't really actually E3 stuff, but it was so close to the season that I just figured I'd throw it into this video, because why not? See you guys later. Bye.